Hi, I'm Marty Chavez, and today I'm announcing my candidacy for the United States Congress. Many of you know me from my years as mayor of Albuquerque, but most of you don't know about the years I spent growing up in this neighborhood. I lived about 3 blocks away, just around the corner. My mom and dad had a small house where they raised my 2 brothers and me. My dad was a survivor of polio, and I remember how proud he was in those early years to own a home in this neighborhood. But I'm announcing here today in front of this house because this was a very special place to me growing up. It was the home of Ernie Pyle, the famous war correspondent who was killed in the Pacific during World War II. The city of Albuquerque turned his home into our first branch library because Ernie Pyle loved books, and his house was filled with them. As a kid, I'd ride over here 2 or 3 days a week, lay my bike down over there in the yard, and go inside for hours to read books. The Hardy Boys, biographies of famous Americans, the World Book Encyclopedia. This library was where I learned to love reading. And for a then shy kid, it was a place where I could explore worlds far from home. Everything I've worked for in public service grew from these years in this library. My commitment to public education, my belief that every child needs a place where they can feel safe and where they can learn, and my determination to strengthen the economy and prepare our children for the next generation of jobs with the best education we can give them. I fought as a state senator so that every school got its fair share of school funding. As mayor, I started the elementary school initiative that created after-school programs supervised by teachers that gave children a safe place to stay and learn. And as a private citizen and father, I founded the Albuquerque Institute of Math and Science, New Mexico's first high school to have every single senior go on to college. Now in Congress, I'll be a tireless advocate for investments in education and for New Mexico's schools. With so much at stake in this national budget crisis, I'll never sacrifice the education of our children. I know from my own life how important those early years are. The reality is that we need leaders in Congress who know how to get things done, because Washington isn't working. In my 12 years as mayor, we balanced the budget every year, reduced crime, cleaned up graffiti across the city, and worked closely with businesses to help create thousands of jobs, becoming our nation's 15th strongest local economy. We made Albuquerque a national leader on creating sustainable communities. We were named the best city for jobs and the greenest city in America. We created one of the greatest water conservation programs in our country's history, along with the San Juan Chama Diversion Project, ensuring we'd have enough water for generations to come. And we were a national leader on crime, passing one of the toughest laws in the country to protect children from predators, and making Albuquerque a national model for helping the victims of domestic violence with legal, medical, and counseling support. That's the record I'll bring to Washington as a New Mexico Democrat, a forward-looking progressive record of change and getting things done at a time when we need it most. Right now, Washington is mired in partisanship and brinkmanship. Instead of working to create good-paying jobs, Republicans in Congress are using the struggling economy as an excuse to destroy Medicare, roll back investments in education, and turn back the clock on health care reform, all in order to preserve tax breaks we can't afford for the wealthiest Americans. I'm running for Congress to stand up for New Mexicans who don't have a voice in Washington, parents who are struggling to keep their jobs and their homes, young people who are looking for work, and children who are looking to learn and find their way in life. It's why I need your help in this campaign. In these difficult times, none of us can do this alone. Our country faces fiscal challenges we've never encountered before. But the key to rebuilding our economy is investing in education and innovation, because that's how we create jobs. For me, it all comes back to the promise I found in this small library, that if you give a child a book and a glimpse of all they can achieve, from that small beginning, anything's possible. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless New Mexico.